I have to admit, I was pretty scared when I first realized I could talk to my dead sister. I would talk to her in my bedroom, and she would talk back from inside my closet. Look, I hate to be such a tourist, but what's it like, being dead? Oh, I don't know, Sibyl would giggle at me from the dark. I don't want to ruin the surprise. You just have to experience it for yourself. Who knew an 11-year-old could be sassy, even beyond the grave? I followed 2 rules when speaking to my dead sister. The first rule was not to ask her why she killed herself. It was really a shocking event for the whole town when Sibyl committed suicide. She was so young, and everyone who knew her could attest to her intelligence and her apparent good spirits. It's not like Sibyl had been a repressed or even an overly shy child. In fact, quite the opposite. She was smart and somewhat audacious. And it wasn't just the fact that Sibyl had killed herself for no apparent reason. It was the way she killed herself that perplexed and disturbed people. Sibyl had gone to our upstairs bathroom, filled the bathtub with gasoline, and burned herself alive. I had never known anyone else who had committed suicide, but I thought people normally slit their wrists, or overdosed on sleeping pills, or even hanged themselves. But burning yourself alive? Of all the ways to end your life, that seemed like one of the worst and most painful. Some people speculated that it had something to do with my mother's death. My mother had been a smoker, and she died of lung cancer. Rumors floated around that the death of our mother had driven Sibyl into depression and fear, and that's why she had ended her life. But I knew these rumors were stupid. It was hard when my mother died, but if I'm being totally honest, it couldn't have been too hard on Sibyl. My mother had died when I was 10, but Sibyl had only been 3 at the time, and didn't remember much of our mother at all. I was never satisfied when people used the death of my mother to explain why my little sister had burned herself alive. The explanation was weak, a cheap way to try to make sense of the mysterious and horrifying. The second rule was not to look at Sibyl. When I originally discovered that I could speak to her, Sibyl made it very clear that she didn't want me to see her. I had just gotten home after a serious car accident, and I was sitting on the edge of my bed. My body had calmed down, although I remember my hands were shaking slightly. The driver in the other car had died. It had been his fault, running wildly through a red light like he did, but that didn't matter. I kept thinking that it could have been me who had died. Maybe it should have been me. Over and over in my head, I continually asked myself this question: why am I still alive? I'm not sure if I actually said the question aloud. I think I must have, because I heard a giggle echo from my closet, and then my sister's voice. You're still alive because that's the way it's supposed to be. It's not your time, silly. I reacted about as badly as anyone might if he heard his dead sister speaking from his closet. I didn't wet myself, but I felt like I probably should have. I was terrified. I doubted my own sanity. I wanted to scream. It's silly to think of how I felt at the time, because now everything about my relationship with Sibyl is just so ordinary. But at the time, hearing my sister, who had been dead for over a year, speak to me from my closet was the furthest thing from natural. Sibyl had talked to me for probably almost an hour that first time. I had just sat on my bed, listening to her speak, without understanding a word. All I could do was listen to the sound of her voice, The high-pitched girly emphasis she put on certain words. The way she articulated every syllable as if she were still in school. The melody of a child. And then I had stood up and walked over to the closet. "Stop," Sibyl had warned me, with a surprising amount of authority for an 11-year-old girl, living or dead. "What? I want to see you. I mean, are you... This is crazy. This is so crazy what's happening." "Calm down. You're talking to your little sister, of course. You'll get used to it." "No, this isn't happening. What is this? Are you a ghost?" Laughing. "You can call me a ghost if you want to. But make sure the door stays closed when you're talking to me. Okay?" "Okay," I had agreed in a stupor. Those were the 2 rules I follow when I'm speaking to my dead sister. Or, at least, those are the rules I used to follow. What's wrong? Did something bad happen? I can tell Sibyl is genuinely concerned, but I'm more alarmed by the fact that she can tell something is going on, even from the other side of the closet door. "Nothing's wrong. I just had a long day. Get ready for some ranting from me, okay?" I take out my phone slowly and open up the camera. I don't know what I expect to see when I open the closet door, but I want to look. I need to look. "Oh, I don't mind." Sibyl talks to me cheerily. "I like listening to you talk. You never used to talk to me like this." "Like what?" I laugh slightly, because I'm nervous as I approach the door. I hit the record button on my phone. "You know, you're honest. You actually tell me things about your life. Like I'm a friend, not just some child. It's nice." I like it too. I try to keep my voice steady. I'm right in front of the door now, and I begin reaching for the handle with my right hand. "Are you sure nothing is wrong? 'Cause I think..." I whip the closet door open violently. My phone cracks, the screen splintering down the center, and it goes black. And then I just stand there, looking inside the closet. But there's nothing inside. My clothes and shoes stare back at me, silent. I peer closer, checking the corners, but there is no sign of Sibyl. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. She's a spirit of some kind. I just couldn't understand why she had never wanted me to look. I close the door again and take a few steps back. "Sibyl?" No answer. "Sibyl, look, I'm sorry. I just wanted to see you, okay? Don't be mad at me. I miss my sister. I try intermittently to get Sibyl to answer me for the rest of the evening, but there's no reply or even sound from the closet. A part of me wonders if Sibyl is gone for good. I hope not. I would hate to think that I scared her away or upset her. I really would miss talking to her. I go to bed, silently hoping that Sibyl will be back tomorrow. I fall asleep propped up on my pillow, looking at the closet door. The first thing I notice when I wake up is the smell. I can't immediately identify the odor. I sit up slowly, blinking and still in a daze. "You shouldn't have looked inside. I told you." My head whips over towards the closet. It's still nighttime, and my room is almost pitch black. "Sibyl, look, I know, and I'm really sorry." I hesitate for a moment. Is there even anything to see? "You weren't a very good older brother to me. When I was alive, I mean. You didn't spend time with me, and you were mean to me sometimes. Sibyl, why fire? Why did you burn yourself alive? She doesn't answer at first, and for a few seconds I'm worried that I scared her away again. It just had to be that way, I hear Sibyl say. It wasn't my idea. But I guess you have to suffer to be with the ones you love. What? What do you mean? Sibyl just laughs. Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you as a brother. I really am. I can hear Sibyl laugh again, softer than she usually does. Oh, it's okay. We spent a lot of time talking recently. I feel like I really have a big brother now. You know what? I really do like talking to you. Me too. You know what's funny? The same thing happened with me and Mom. I sit up straighter on my bed. What? What are you talking about? The same thing happened when I started talking to Mom from my closet. You used to talk to Mom? Oh, all the time. I really got to know her. And then one day, Mom told me that she couldn't stand being away from me any longer. Sibyl, is that why you're scaring me? And now the same thing has happened with me and you. I've spent a lot of time talking with you, and I really want you to be with me. It will hurt a lot, but then you'll be free. Sibyl, what are you doing? Oh, I poured gasoline from the garage under your bed. Don't worry. It will all be over soon.